Nobody expected it to sink this fast. After months of hype, glossy Instagram teasers, and meticulously curated PR moves, Meghan Markle's so-called Season 2 of Love, Meghan has turned into a ratings disaster of epic proportions. Netflix executives are scrambling behind the scenes, and sources say even CEO Ted Sarandos has personally stepped in, trying to contain the fallout. But here's the kicker: they are not just dealing with low viewership. They are dealing with an actress doubling down on every misstep. And the latest move: a bizarre, tone-deaf announcement that left even her own team quietly shaking their heads. Meghan's big reveal, meant to fix everything, was that she's working on a book. Not just any book, a deep dive into her experience being pregnant in the public eye. And if that wasn't enough, she floated the idea of turning the book into a Netflix docuseries. That's right, as Netflix bleeds money from the current flop, Meghan is pitching another project centered entirely around herself. The backlash was immediate, not just from critics, but internally. Her agent, manager, and representatives reportedly cringed during the pitch, with one calling it PR suicide. But Meghan, being Meghan, brushed it off, convinced this will silence haters and remind the world of her influence. She even made a statement that had jaws dropping. She said she wants to educate women, especially single moms, because, in her words, there are so many uneducated women out there who don't know how to handle themselves. Yep, really said that. As if generations of women haven't been raising kids, running businesses, and surviving without royal titles or Netflix deals. The audacity alone could fuel 1,000 think pieces. This all seems rooted in damage control. Meghan is still reeling from the backlash over her infamous Instagram video, which was meant to show her as a fun, relatable mom but instead came across as fake and desperate. Now, instead of moving on, she's doubling down, trying to build an entire media empire from her pregnancy. And then came the head-scratcher. She's reportedly unsure if she'll even play herself in the documentary. Building a story about your own life and possibly casting someone else to play you? Either she's avoiding the camera because of a toxic image, or she thinks this is a bold artistic choice. Either way, it's not a good look. Netflix is barely keeping this train on the tracks, and Meghan's moves make it feel like her personal vanity studio. Season 2, or more accurately, Part 2 of Season 1, has fallen flat. Critics tuned out after the premiere, viewers aren't engaged, and yet Meghan's solution is more of the same. Behind the scenes, insiders report executives are livid, not just about the numbers but because they were promised something fresh, empowering, and resonant. Instead, they got a glorified PR band-aid stretched across a hollow narrative. Viewer drop-off rates spiked. Critics refused to review past episode 1. For a show built on controversy, the noise it's making is minimal. Centering so much of the content on herself appears to be the fatal flaw. She's trying to turn pregnancy into a social movement, a marketing campaign, a lesson. But audiences aren't buying it. They see a former royal in a multi-million-dollar mansion preaching struggle. It's not relatable. It's tone-deaf. The promise of rare insight, a singular experience, comes across as laughable. Countless women, single mothers, working mothers, survivors, have shared far more complex, raw, and moving stories. Positioning herself as the torchbearer of that struggle? Insulting. Meanwhile, Netflix is in a bind. The platform gambled on her star power paired with curated storytelling, but after repeated tepid responses, executives are reportedly hesitant to greenlight another Meghan-centric project. Her circle is shrinking, Hollywood allies are quietly distancing, and media outlets that once championed her are now cautiously critical. Public image isn't imploding, it's fading, which in entertainment is often worse than failing. What's left is a woman trying to reclaim relevance by revisiting the past, convinced that rebranding her pregnancy as a content franchise will fix a broken connection with the audience. But connection doesn't come from repetition, it comes from authenticity. And that, so far, is the one thing Meghan Markle hasn't been able to offer.